So I've got a sketch here. Let me just lay this out for you. I got a sketch. Notice what it looks like. It's going to be a bottle. So the top of the bottle is going to have a 2-inch diameter circular action end of the bottle, right? The bottom half is going to be elliptical. So you might go, and I want to do all this, start all this with one sketch and see what the sketch looks like. This is in millimeters, by the way. So look at my sketches. Now, what's this? This is going to be very interesting. Hey, mirror is your friend, right? So here I'm going to take this, by the way. I don't think that's going to work. So this mirror tool in the part design workbench will not work on wireframe geometry. It only works on solid geometry and bodies. So what I've got to do is I've got to go to the generative shape design workbench. These tools are available for part design as well. They're just not in the part design workbench by default. So I can take this and select it, and I can go to the Symmetry tool here. It's not even called mirror, it's called Symmetry. This is on the operations toolbar. So I can go and I can find the transformations toolbar, and I can select the Symmetry tool. And when I pick this, and I can mirror it over that reference plane. And so I've got a mirrored image of it on that side. And I don't like my design at all. So I'm going to come back here and I want to change this to be 120 millimeters. I'm liking that design a little bit better. And that was intentional because notice, because I did a mirror image, this is staying with it. And I don't like this 2-inch top. I want to make it 1 inch. Notice I can type in 1 IN and it changes to the millimeter. Even when I'm working in millimeters, you can still type 1 IN. That's looking a little better. So I'm going to roll with that for now. So notice as I make a change to this one's going to update because I did the mirror, the symmetry. Again, this is the Symmetry tool in the GSD workbench. Now, what about the other direction? Watch this. This is going to be a little trick. So I'm going to take this sketch, I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to come down here to this sketch plane, go in the other direction. I'm going to do a paste. I'm going to right click. I'm going to do a paste special. And then when I paste it in, I'm going to do as specified in the part document. That's going to paste it in with allowing me to have dimensions to change. If I pasted it in with a link, that means it's going to be linked to the original. So this kind of paste, this first one will paste it in and break the link. So when I hit OK, notice it pasted it in there on that plane, which is what I wanted. And then I can come back in here now and make my dimension changes. Boom. Oops. Oh, there you go. Notice I've only done one sketch. Well, this one was copy pasted in, so technically there's a sketch out there, but I didn't have to do it. I just replicated it. And then now I can pick that one and mirror, or symmetry in this case, is your friend. Mirror it over. Now I've got guides for a loft. The key to this, getting that first sketch right, mirroring it over, the sketch over, mirror the sketch, okay? Don't mirror within the sketching environment, mirror the sketch, the overall sketch. So in your tree, you should have a sketch and a mirror. And then do a copy paste on the second one, but break the link. So do as specified in part document. And there we sit. Now, let me show you a spline. And I can connect these endpoints with my spline tool. You would be tempted to do a sketch. But I'm going to show you, since you're all stellar students, I'm going to show you this again with the spline. You've seen the spline already today, but let me show you another thing. If I come around and I pick these points, and be very careful to pick the points, it's going to pick that third point, and then I can do a closed spline here. And then notice it closes it for me. So it makes that ellipse for me. You can add tangent directions and adjust the tensions if you want to, such as if I go to point 1 here, I can go, hey, let's take this in the X direction. I've got to flip it here. And then let's take point 3, which is over here. I can take that in the X direction. And because I did that, I can adjust some tension. So I can make this even more interesting. So notice I take that out to be a value of 0.9. And this one I can go to 0.9. So I'm getting a little bit something that's slightly different from an ellipse. Something doesn't look right there, but it's okay. So splines make it interesting. That is not something looks like it's going wrong there, but let me take these two. I'm going to take this one in the Y direction, reverse it. I'm going to take this one in the Y. That's probably why it's giving me issues. Ah, that looks better. But notice that's not a true ellipse, but it's interesting, right? So I'm designing and profile. This is all 458 stuff, by the way. All this stuff I'm showing you now is 458. So you're all advanced students now. So now for the top half, and same thing, but this is going to be a circle. Do the first 3 points and then do a closed spline. There's a circle. Now I've got 2 sections and 4 guides. So let's see if I can create something with this. So go back to my part design workbench. Now we're back in part design. I'm trying to get everybody eager to take 458 here, so they can see some more advanced stuff we're doing. How interesting it gets when you're working with splines and how you can tug on these tension points, change continuity, stuff you can do with these splines that you can't do with these sketches. But that's a whole nother class. So let's go back to my loft. Same principles here. So I got to look at my closing point, which is I'm going to put to be right there. Come up and pick this loft. There's my closing point. And then we can do guides. These guides have got to be concentric with my sections. And there's my bottle. That's a solid too, of course. Now I can round off here with a fillet on the bottom. Yeah, that looks good. There's my fillet on my bottom. And then how would I get it hollow on the inside? Do the old shell tool, right? There we go. There's a bottom. A little bit more advanced stuff going on there with the guides primarily. I did one sketch. I had to sketch one thing here. Now I created another one because I did a copy paste, but and I did a slight modification to it. But if this was 458, I would not even allow this sketch. I would have had students do that as a spline. And again, it makes it more interesting. It gives you more capability to do a little more design work if it was a spline. Okay, so questions about that one?